What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we went over the Leviathan and all of its inner workings, its many different areas, well, many by meaning really just 3, as well as the nightmare containment activity within. Now, really quickly, we're going to go over the Crown of Sorrow and take a look at it and see how it differs from the War Table. It's not too different. You'll notice here that we have 2 different weapon types in here. We got opulent weapons and haunted weapons. Now, these are reprisals from the original season of the Opulence, which was the final season all the way back when Forsaken came out, leading into Shadowkeep. They just brought these weapons back with reissued perks. The new weapons are all of these, the haunted weapons. So it's really the same amount of weapons that we had at the War Table with 4 additional ones. So I don't really think anyone's going to complain about that. Not to mention that these are probably, I mean, they really are probably the 4 best opulent weapons they could have picked. Callus Mini Tool is probably the best submachine, one of the best submachine guns in the game. This is one of the best snipers. A really, really good submachine gun. We actually talked about this all the way back in that exotic episode. This pairs with Sturm, and then Austringer, which is one of the best PvP hand cannons. And then, of course, we have the armor that we can focus, much like we can at the War Table, but you'll notice that the opulent energy costs are a little bit higher this time. That is because the upgrade system is a lot more in-depth this time around. So, first of all, we have channeling, reaping, and manifesting. You'll notice here that a lot of these have to do with treasures and rewards here in the channeling section. In the reaping section, this is more about how we get vestiges of dread. We can get more of them from different sources as well as carry more of them. And last is manifesting, which is more about focusing. This is how we can choose specifically the types of weapons and stuff that we want, but you notice that we need Figments of Darkness to do this. Now, these Figments of Darkness are actually a part of the upgrade path, and I believe it's part of 2 prestiges, so not just this first path, but also the second prestige. On top of that, much like with Season of the Risen, they are also going to be here in the past challenges. You can see there's a bunch of them in here as well, although a couple of them do have something to do with opulent umbral energy as well. So we're going to be going after all of these as well as trying to make our way along the upgrade path. On top of that, I am going to turn in all of these to get the crown influence up a little bit so that we can get to our first rank, which, I mean, I thought I had it right there with Figments of Darkness, but apparently not. It says I'm rank 4. It says I require rank 4, but evidently I am not actually rank 4. Oh, well, that's okay. We'll have to just come back to that. But yeah, so that is the way the Crown of Sorrow works. Let's head back to Leviathan now. We're going to be turning in this opulent key that we got, and then I'm going to do a single round of Nightmare Containment so that we can then jump into the newest activity. And here we are. All right, I just finished a round of containment so that we could call that one good. You will notice if I go into my quest, it says Legacy Bond of Sorrow, team up with Crow to perform a ritual of severance aboard the derelict Leviathan. We will get to that in just a moment. Is that an avaricious treasure? It is. I'm going to kill him immediately because these guys usually drop pretty good stuff. And he gave me an enhancement core, so I'll take that. You can later upgrade it so that they will also drop opulent energy. Now, we're supposed to be looking for a place in the Royal Pools where water used to fall. And if I remember correctly, it's actually this one right here. And there it is. We get an Austringer for our troubles. It can be, I believe, only the opulent weapons that will drop out of these, not the haunted weapons. Now that I think about it, I may have said wrong in the last episode. I am here to correct that. I'm pretty sure it's only the Austringer, Drang, Callus Mini Tool, and the Beloved that will spawn out of those chests. But still really good to have. The only other chests are this one, and then there is another inside the chamber over this way. Hold on a moment while I kill this guy. There you go. Kill all these fools real fast so I can get some more vestiges for my trouble. Thank you very much. But I'm really actually low on vestiges. I do need to get myself a few more of those. But yeah, the other chest is, I think, this one right there. But we're going to be jumping on into that mission now, which is known as... Oh, actually, hold on. I just got myself another opulent key. Well, I might as well turn that in. Let's see. This one's probably in the Pleasure Gardens. Indeed it is. So we're going to be going that way. It says it's next to a loyal companion. Now, there is a statue of a war beast within the Pleasure Gardens. So whenever there's a new one of these, I'll be sure to show them on screen. Otherwise, I'll just not. I'll just get the weapon, and then we'll move on from there, see if it's any good later. But I do at least want to, like, show how to get to each one of these, because, I mean, well, there's only 6 of them, so it's not really all that hard to go over. And of course, I probably should mention this. You can't use your Sparrow in here, like, at all. You do have to actually run. Probably the only downside to this place. I mean, it is incredibly enclosed, so it makes sense. But I know some people would be like, what the heck? Like, it makes sense here. It did not make sense on Mercury back in the day, like, at all. Okay, so the Loyal Companion is that one right there. There it is. There's the Warbeast statue. Let's head on over to this. And there we go. We get ourselves a Callus Mini Tool, which I am deeply in need of one with incandescent. So hopefully I can get one at some point. Unfortunately, that is not meant to be there. All right, guys, that is going to be it here. I will now meet you in the next mission known as Sever. What we do is we head to the moon and we select this right here, Sever Shame.
Welcome to the Underbelly, Guardians. Your mission is simple, but nonetheless treacherous. Deal our first cut in severing Callus's connection to the pyramid. You both have a route to the severance site, and ritual amplifiers to place. Crow, as above on the Leviathan, so too nightmares will manifest below. Yours takes the shape of Uldren Sov. Endure him.
All right, so we need to go all around the Leviathan, placing these ritual amplifiers. Pretty easy to do, but it's going to get a little more complicated the further we go.
In the Leviathan's connection to the darkness.
Loyalist welcoming party ahead. Maybe I can find a way around.
This is what the Traveler made you for. We're killers. Don't shy away from it.
I don't kill unless I have to.
Right. You only murder the deserving. Like Keitel's scion.
That was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Lucky Saladin owned it for us. Just like Mara always used to.
So yeah, this is what Crow's got to endure. He's got to endure his own emo thoughts telling him he's a big old screw-up the entire time, which, that's just so fun for him. Okay, so another thing that's around these Severance missions is these. These are the old Callus robots.
Inviting guests slithers through the bowels of my Leviathan. This mechanical appendage is maintained poorly, unable to see the grandeur of your brave face. Come closer. Let me bask in you.
Another trap? I keep you a distance. Our mission takes precedence.
I can feel them. Lightbearer. Our last encounter was hostile. I forgive you. Embrace me, and I will share such wonders with the Vanguard that your paltry light could never outshine. Allow me to open you, mind and body, as mine have been opened. Simply turn back and enjoy what is to come.
Uh-huh. Well, all right, we get a little message from that, and now we can continue.
Barrier ahead. This pod's spores will grant you passage.
So let's just start taking all these guys out. There's going to be a lot of these enemies in here. I missed my very first perfect fifth shot with this thing, so oops. That should almost be it. Oh, at least we can take them all out with the burning there. Perfect, almost done. Get out of here. We got one of those guys. Hey, there's the perfect fifth, but it was a little in vain. But we're getting the job done. Not bad. Ah, crap. Well, now what? Oh, great. We got more enemies to deal with. All right, well, let's just take them all out one at a time. I'm going to throw that in there to get rid of the phalanx there. I'm going to mostly be keeping my distance with this particular scout rifle. It just doesn't do me a whole lot of good to try to get up close and personal with this thing. But it's doing the job. I mean, this thing is a really hard hitter. Not to mention the fact that it thrives on precision so much, it gets on your mark up very quickly. There's the explosion I wanted. Now if we can just focus on the big guy here. Oh, here we go. We're going to have a big one this time. Just a moment. Okay, I'm going to try to get perfect fifth going on you in particular. There we go. That's some good damage. Not bad. It also returns a little bit of ammo to the mag. You are a beefy guy, though, aren't you? How about this, then? That's what I thought. Ow! I think the ignition there hurt me. Yeah, ignitions do hurt you, by the way, so you want to keep your distance whenever those go off. So I got a deep sight bow. Does it have headstone? Then no. That's the only perk that matters on that particular bow. But let's continue. Especially because it's a lightweight bow and they're just worse than standard bows in every way. Hi, guys.
Sounds like we both hit resistance, Guardian.
I doubt they had as much trouble as you. I've seen them work. At least I'm not one and done. You take resurrection for granted. Remember how we begged Mara to save us? To make us awoken as we slipped away from existence?
Do you ever stop talking?
Let's figure out where we're supposed to go. Okay, so this door did open. So let's head on down here. We got all these switches. This is the only one that's not activated, so let's hit that, and power is back. Okay. And we got a few scions that are going to spawn in here. Let's take all of them out. Now, if I remember correctly, we need to be able to get through there, but we need to get to the egregore. Now, the egregore is in here. There is an arc line going through here, but how do we get to it exactly? Well, if we head on over this way, aha! Right there in the pipes is the one we need. Now we can shoot this and get ourselves the egregore link to head on through the door. So complicated. Okay, now let's continue. I need to blow these up. Take a little bit of damage, but at least I'm a good distance away from it. Now, as we crawl through here, get ready. The fire is going to start going off. Wait for it to dissipate before you proceed too far. Oh, I almost took a hit there. That was close. Oh, I am taking a hit. Ow. All right, well, I'm just going to go through it then. At least it doesn't kill you too quickly. Set another ritual amplifier and continue.
Guardian, that's your second amplifier? Good. Crow mimics a stoic affectation well enough. But I can tell his nightmare is wearing away at him.
Yeah, you think so? It seems awfully annoying. Uh-oh. Well, the door just locked. Now what? We need to get to 4 manual overrides. Okay, that should be pretty easy. Let's see if we can go find these things. I'm going to head... Or maybe I need to activate this thing over here first, and then we can let everybody out. Here, let's mess with this. There it is. Okay, first one done. All right, now we're going to get into trouble. So yeah, that guy is going to spawn in, the Unrelenting Nightmare. Don't try to damage him. You won't do anything. Just move on past him and start heading down this way. Let's see. Is there anything over here? Nope. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. He is going to be like legitimately unrelenting. So just hurry. Like he's faster than you too. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Where do we go? I'm not seeing anything in here. Hello?
So, Guardian, the crow wants to be me, or he's afraid he already is?
Is there a third option?
Languish in your miserable limbo of a life? The scorn will drag you into mine eventually.
Those Elixni deserve to rest in peace. What you did to them, I would never.
We raised them, gave them a second chance. I thought you were all about second chances.
I am having a hard time tracking down these manual overrides. There's got to be another way. We got a green door over here. That usually means it's open. He doesn't seem to know exactly where I'm at, but I'm definitely missing something here. To just keep looking around and seeing if I can find them. I was expecting enemies to spawn in, but it doesn't look like they have. Well, we got another one here up above. And then our last one is where I thought it was, but I don't know how I'm supposed to get to it exactly. Hello there, sir. I can jump right over you if I time it correctly. I just need to figure out how to get through this arc field over here, because it seems awfully locked off. Well, maybe there's something I can shoot out here. Aha! Man, I am very oblivious to everything. No, we need to go all the way back in here and grab this wrench, and we need to take it all the way over there while getting around this guy, which is not particularly easy to do, because all it takes is 2 hits and you're done for. But if I can head this way, maybe I can sneak around him. He seems to be oblivious to where I went. I'm almost positive he's oblivious, but he is going to go back to searching here in a second. And there is a doorway right over there he could come through. But we're good. And no, being able to melee with it is not going to do me any good. So I need to just hurry and squeeze on in here, and now I'm safe. Ah, man, I can't believe I completely forgot the layout of this place. I think I'm confusing it with a later mission that we come into the same area, but it's a little bit different in the way it behaves. All right. Now let's go over here, manual override. And there we go.
That lifted the lockdown, Guardian. Arc energy is being diverted through a nearby conduit.
So let's head to it. I'm going to try to sneak in here past you, sir. And let's release the containment lockdown, and off we go. Okay, he seems to not have noticed, which is good.
Where did those Scorn come from?
I told you. Our prodigal children returning to their father. Can't you hear them calling? Why did you abandon us? Ow! You're awfully bitter.
Damn right I'm bitter. You had everything, and you set it on fire for her!
You rose out of those ashes. A guardian. Noble. Admired. Even by her.
Yeah? Would you say that really, or are you just being facetious? Well, welcome to the Gauntlet, everybody. Another section of the Leviathan that was a part of the raid, but you can only get to within this mission. Let's place a rally banner down just to make sure that we're full on everything. And head on over here and talk to Crow.
I'm ready to finish this.
Let's begin the severance.
Is this why you push so hard to remember me, little bird? So you could burn Uldren at the stake and prove your independence?
It's the right thing to do. I have to.
How many failed attempts to do the right thing before you realize our fervor always backfires?
Mara had you wrapped around her finger. Everything I do is because I want to.
Sure. Outcome's the same, isn't it?
You cut out pieces of yourself until there was nothing left of your humanity. You enjoyed it. That's the difference.
Please. You'd swallow all those whiny little morals given the right push. You've come so close already. That's why you run.
I'm not running.
We'll see. Our legacy is calling.
Father.
Indeed, we have to fight the Fanatic, the very same that Uldren brought to life. Now, this is why I brought this weapon with me, is because it's actually very good at just infinitely firing at bosses for as long as I need it to. But eventually, I was going to try to hit him before he did that, and then I wasted my super. Gosh dang it! Eventually, we have to pursue him through here. I was really hoping to get that off and then do a big chunk of damage before he made it in here. So, if you know how the gauntlet works, this is supposed to be a sort of a platforming challenge, kind of, that you have to make your way through. But there's going to be a lot of enemies that are going to be getting in our way as we go. So let's take them all out. And I am going to be using my shotgun here. Eventually, I'm going to try to get in close and start doing some real damage here. Okay, you need to stop that. Hold on a moment while I home that in on you. And hit you with it again. Let's hit you with that. Yeah. Knock me back. Cool. Okay. I'm going to try to avoid him by continually doing all this damage. Look at this. I can just fire this thing forever if I use it correctly. Hold on a moment. I'm going to fire that right through the hole there. Oh, no, don't back up. He is really good at just screwing me out of my plans. All right. We're fine. We're fine. Just keep going. My really slow reloading shotgun. I do miss Amplified at the moment. If only I hadn't wasted my super, I wouldn't be in nearly as much trouble. Oh, okay. He's going to spawn that attack. That is our time to close the gap and get in some extra damage there. All right, now let's back out. Keep hitting him with the perfect fifth. Okay, now he is immune, and we are going to be sent back out. So now we have to start killing some enemies. We're going to start with this abomination here, who is going to give us the most trouble if we don't immediately deal with him. But there's so much more left to deal with. There we go. That's some good burn damage. Okay, we got snipers. Get away. Where are you at? Ah! Shoot. Oh, that's bad. Don't rush in here. Get out of here. Man, my recovery and my everything is really weak on this frickin' build. Oh, this is why I don't like using solar. All right, we're fine. All right, I have a perfect fifth shot. Where the heck did you come from? Get away from me. Thank you. Okay, I just need to get rid of those stupid... One of them just fell off the cliff. Well, I'm not going to complain about that.
Manifests from the harvester.
Ooh, we'll take that. Can we bring it through the portal with me, please? Or do we have more enemies? We have more enemies. Okay. Let's take these guys out. This will make our lives a lot easier, especially now that I can actually create ignitions. So let's do that. Come on. This is the only redeeming quality that the solar subclass has. And it's not even on the solar subclass. It's on this frickin' relic. I'm trying to claw jump, and it's not working. There we go. Let's see if we can hit him with a couple ignitions before it's too late. Here, hold on. Just a couple. Okay, we got one. We got one.
I'm losing it.
Don't lose it. You're gonna be fine. Oh, and then of course he runs away right as I throw my knife. All right. Let's hit him with that. The chain reaction stasis crystal should hurt him pretty good. We're doing all right. That is my last rocket. All right, time to hit him with all of these perfect fifths. I know there are enemies behind me, but I may have killed them with my grenade. I'm moving. Don't try to leave me. Don't you dare try to knock me away. Got him. There we go. Oh my goodness. And instead of needing vestiges of dread for this chest, you need a bound presence.
Hated just like you were. You can help him, but you just don't. Because it's one more step towards me. It's why you won't help our sister either. After everything Mara's done for us.
I don't want her help.
This isn't a knife fight, Crow. Accept his words. Move through them.
No! No. I'm going to enjoy ripping him out of me.
Try. I'll just burrow back in, over and over until I'm all you have.
Eris, what do I do?
Retreat is not weakness. Breathe. We can try again in time.
Sorry I let you down.
Don't worry, Crow. We'll give it another go. All right. Let's take a look at our quest really quickly. We need to check in with Crow in the helm. we will do that really fast. I am going to claim that Figment of Darkness because I need it, as well as turn in that bounty. Let's head on over to the helm and see what Crow has to say about things there because, well, I mean, he's clearly not in a good state at the moment. See you at the helm in just a second. Now, Crow is in his usual spot directly behind us. Just head down the stairs by the Cabal.
Come to tell me it's not my fault? Hey, Guardian. I know this is on me. You don't have to feed me any comforting platitudes. I've been running from the truth for long enough. You know, when I first came to the city, I told these little lies about who I was or where I came from. Nothing hurtful, just a few stories to keep a comfortable distance from the truth. To fill in the blanks when I got my memories back. I remembered Uldren did the same thing. He started little rumors, recounted adventures to an audience, planted gossip in Mara's ear just to watch those stories spread. We're exactly the same. Down to the instincts. It's in my blood. I thought I could do this. I thought I could prove to Zavala and Keitel and you and everyone else that I was better than him. But lies, they only get us so far.
Crow is distraught after his confrontation with the Nightmare of Uldren Sov. Being confronted by a manifestation of his darkest fears and greatest failures has crushed his spirits. He won't be able to perform the ritual of severance in this state. You should seek Eris's guidance at the Crown of Sorrow. Let's go do this really quickly and debrief with Eris before we call this an episode. We're also going to have one of those things play out on the little broadcaster on this screen instead, much like we did with Season of the Risen. So we'll do that at the very end of the episode.
It appears the situation is far more complex than I first believed. The Leviathan has become an extension of the Lunar Pyramid, channeling feelings of shame and regret into reality. The Pyramid did so as a security system, driving away those who would tamper with it. But what is happening on the Leviathan? This is purposeful, malicious. As the nightmares on the Leviathan spread, it could threaten Earth and beyond. Calus's bond with the Pyramid endangers all of us. Crow was unprepared to face his own demons when we attempted to sever it. And though I may be able to counsel him through the next confrontation, that will take time. You should return to the Leviathan, continue harvesting the nightmares and disrupting Calus's plans. We will speak again soon.
Okay, can do. Let's take that Figment. All right. And we'll listen to what she has to say about the next week's one in the next episode. I'm going to end this episode now by interacting with this, and we'll see where it takes us. Effectively, the way that this is going to work from here on out with Season of the Haunted is we're just going to basically be going through each of the Sever missions because there's a lot of nightmare containments involved. Wow, I don't know why that was so hard to say. A lot of nightmare containments involved in the next few steps, next several steps, as a matter of fact. But none of that's really new or interesting unless we face off against a different Tier 3 boss, which is probably not going to happen at the rate that I'm going to be going through these. So I'm going to basically be starting every episode kind of here at the Crown of Sorrow. We're going to be accepting the quest, skipping the Nightmare Containment, jumping into the Sever, and so on. The only exception to that is going to be going after new chest locations within the Leviathan, checking out new bosses that are going to be spawning within there whenever we have to go against those. And then, obviously, the Duality Dungeon, which is going to be towards the end, but not at the very end of this season. So every episode, let's try to finish off with one of these. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.
We need to talk.
This is not a good time.
It's never a good time. I've been trying to talk to you for weeks and you keep dodging me.
I can't. It's not... Amanda...
How long did you know? How long have you known who you were? We're done. We are done here. I do not have time for this, for you, for anything.
Wait. I was scared.
I am scared. People used to kill me for something I didn't. You don't understand.
I cared about you and you lied to me. You wore that mask. You kept secrets from me, pretended to be my friend.
Amanda, I am your friend.
No, you're not. I had a friend and you murdered him.